All right, let's dive in. Today, we are taking a close look at an absolute masterpiece of tragedy, Shakespeare's King Lear.
So, let's just start with this huge question. How can just one, bad decision completely wreck an entire kingdom? I mean, this play isn't just a story. It's pretty much a case study in total catastrophe. We're going to see how a single mistake, born out of a king's vanity, sets off this insane domino effect of betrayal, madness, and war that just swallows everyone whole. So yeah, let's get into how it all falls apart. Okay, so first things first. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, right? Picking up a play that's 400 years old, it can be a little intimidating. You've got the old school language, the historical context. All of it can feel like this big wall keeping you from getting to the heart of the story. And that's the thing, right? Shakespeare's plays are famous all over the world, but that language, it can feel pretty strange to our modern ears. It's beautiful, for sure, but it's also a real challenge. So the question is, how do we get past that surface-level stuff to really dig in and analyze what's going on underneath?
Well, that's where our guide for this whole breakdown comes in. We're using the Folger Shakespeare Library Edition. Think of it like a modern key to unlocking this ancient text. And believe me, the Folger's expertise is top-notch. I mean, they're pretty much the source for Shakespeare's works. Their editions are trusted for a very good reason. They give us this really solid, clear foundation so we can just focus on the juicy stuff, the play's absolutely explosive themes.
Okay, check this out, because this is actually a really cool tool for us. See, on the left, you've got older texts where editors would make changes and you'd never even know. They just hid them. But look at the Folger text on the right. They show you everything. Those little square brackets, that's them being transparent. It lets you, the reader, see exactly what's been changed, which is huge for getting a real critical look at the text.
All right, so we've got our trusty guide. Let's dive into the play itself. We're jumping right into the deep end, that one dramatic, absolutely disastrous moment where everything, family, politics, the whole order of things just starts to shatter.
And here it is, Lear's first and maybe biggest mistake. He's an old king. He wants to retire, which is fine. But instead of a smart political plan for succession, what does he do? He turns it into a public game show. He demands his daughters perform their love for him. And in doing so, he completely confuses the words people say with what they actually feel. He mistakes flattery for loyalty. And man, the stage is set for an absolute train wreck.
So up first is his eldest, Goneril, and she gets it immediately. She knows this isn't about truth. It's about performance. So she lays it on thick with this totally over-the-top speech. I love you more than words can say. I mean, the irony is, she's using those very words as a weapon to get her hands on a huge chunk of the kingdom.
And of course, Regan, the second daughter, can't be outdone. She basically says, you think her speech was good? My love is even bigger. She claims that her father's love is the only thing that makes her happy. This is next-level stuff. It's not just sucking up. It's a cold, calculated political move in a world where empty words are now worth more than real loyalty.
Okay, so two daughters have played the game and they've played it perfectly. Now all eyes turn to Lear's youngest, his absolute favorite, Cordelia. You have to wonder, how is she going to top those speeches? What could she possibly say? And her answer? It's a bombshell. It just shatters the whole thing. Nothing. 2 words. That's it. It's so shockingly honest. She's refusing to play her father's twisted game, and her simple nothing just stands in total opposition to all the poetic lies her sisters just spun.
Lear just can't believe it. His ego is bruised for sure, but it's more than that. His authority has been challenged in front of everyone. In his mind, love that isn't performed out loud doesn't count. He gives her one more chance. Speak again, but she won't play along. She stands by a love that's real, not for show. And to a guy like Lear, that feels like betrayal.
And just like that, it all goes wrong. In a fit of pure rage, Lear completely cuts himself off from anyone who is actually loyal to him. He disowns Cordelia, the one person who is honest. He banishes Kent, his most loyal advisor, just for trying to defend her. And then he hands over his entire kingdom to the 2 daughters who just prove they are expert liars. Wow.
But here's where Shakespeare gets really clever. Lear's family drama isn't the only thing going on. He weaves in this whole parallel story with another family, the Earl of Gloucester's. It's a brilliant way to show that this poison of betrayal isn't just a private family matter, it's infecting the entire kingdom.
So let's break it down. You've got these 2 families at the center of everything. On one side, Lear's, which is being torn apart by lies you can hear, all that fake flattery. And on the other, you have Gloucester's family, which is about to be destroyed by a lie you can see, a forged letter cooked up by his illegitimate son, Edmund.
And this is Edmund. Talk about an entrance. He's the symbol of pure, ruthless ambition. He completely rejects the old rules of society, the plague of custom that calls him illegitimate. Instead, he decides he's going to worship a different kind of nature, one where the strong and the cunning just take whatever they want. It's a seriously chilling speech, basically a declaration of war on the old way of doing things.
And his plan? It's pure psychological warfare. Look at the steps. First, he fakes a letter to make his brother Edgar look like a traitor. Then, he pretends he doesn't want to show it to their dad, which of course makes his dad even more angry. And finally, he tells his innocent brother, "Dad's furious, you gotta run for your life." It's genius, really. He uses a lie, just like Goneril and Regan, to trick a clueless father and get rid of his honest sibling. Boom, he's in.
So while Edmund is scheming away in the background, the fallout from Lear's terrible decision is starting to hit, and it is hitting fast and hard.
And big surprise, the second Goneril and Regan get what they want, that whole loving daughter act is over. Done. They immediately start plotting to strip their dad of whatever little power and respect he has left. He's not a king to them anymore. He's just an annoying old man who's getting in their way.
Goneril doesn't waste any time. She goes right at him, demanding he get rid of most of his knights. And for Lear, this is the first real punch to the gut. It's the moment he feels the sting of being powerless. So when he cries out this famous line, it's not just about a thankless child. It's the sound of a man starting to understand the horrible, horrible mistake he's made.
So let's just pause and take a look at the chaos so far. You've got a king betrayed by the daughters he trusted. The one daughter who is honest, banished. His most loyal guy, exiled. A good son framed by his own brother. I mean, the entire kingdom is basically falling apart. Family, loyalty, trust, it's all been destroyed, and the whole country is on the brink of total chaos. And that really brings us to the core question of this entire play, doesn't it? In a world that's suddenly filled with lies and backstabbing, where the people you're supposed to count on are the ones trying to destroy you, who can you possibly trust? Who's left?